All right, and welcome to the end, weeks 4 and 5 of March.
This week's groceries. Grocery haul. Got a bag of some Pink Lady apples. They were on sale, which is great because they are my favorite apples. Blueberries, dill pickles, mac and cheese. Types of cheeses, I have some Colby Jack as well as some mild cheddar. So I have some feta as well. I actually really liked these when I got these the other week, so some more striped fudge cookies. Some grape tomatoes. Got a lot of green onions, way more than I'll need for the recipe that I need them for. Some chicken breast, dozen eggs, some milk, toaster tarts. So I really liked the frosted strawberry, not the toasted strawberry, the frosted strawberry. And I wanted to try the frosted brown cinnamon and sugar. These cheese dip cracker thingies that I get pretty much every week. And some rotini pasta. And all that came out to $37.70. Time to bake some chicken. Black pepper, paprika, minced onion, and some dried oregano. Flipped it over and seasoned the other side. Let me know in the comments down below how you like to season your chicken. About half of one of the chicken breasts because they were massive. They didn't shrink in the oven. Some mac and cheese with which admittedly, like this does not look it. It looks so dry. Hopefully it's okay. And some pickles. Why pickles? Because the cucumbers looked gross at the store, and I figured, hey, pickles are pretty much cucumbers. So, I mean, they are cucumbers, so that is why I picked those up. Today was a half day for me, so I was able to actually come home and eat some lunch. So I threw in some chicken from last night, some oven fries, some freezer onions, a little squeeze of sour cream, and mixed it all up with some taco seasoning to create this admittedly lame-looking Frankenstein of a meal. And for dinner tonight, I'm just going to be making my old standby of like weeknight dinners. So some tomatoes, feta cheese in the oven with some pasta. So today, and I realized when I was at the store, I got tomato and basil flavored, and there's tomatoes already in it, but that's okay. So if this is something that's new to you, or you missed that like TikTok craze when it went viral a few years back, it's block feta cheese, and you just pretty much, it's like the easiest thing, and that's why I do it on the weeknights. So I cleaned my grape tomatoes. I've also used cherry tomatoes and just regular like tomatoes that I've just sliced. So put the feta cheese in the middle. I like to keep a little bit of brine on. Some people, whenever it's this block cheese, they like to rinse the brine off so it's not too salty. But I use that as like seasoning I already paid for. So I'm not going to add any salt to this because the brine cheese is, in my opinion, salty enough. But I do add a little bit, like a smidge of pepper all the way around, pretty much on the tomatoes, a little bit on the cheese. I also do like to add some parsley flakes just to give it a little bit of that green color once it does come out, and it's all mixed in with the pasta. Oh no. Almost spilled olive oil everywhere. And then just some olive oil on top. Bye, little baby. It's been a little over 20 minutes in the oven, and this is what she looks like. I'm boiling a little bit of pasta to put in there, and while that's boiling up, I'm just going to mash this. So I'm going to mash the cheese, and carefully, because the tomatoes will spit at you, smash the tomatoes in. I've backed far away. I've been burned. Ooh, I've been burned quite often by these tomatoes. I mean, you can leave them whole, and that's fine. I just like to, I like to mash them in because it creates a little more of a, oh, there you go. It got me on my shoulder. I shouldn't be doing this in a tank top. I should have learned better. But yeah, like I was saying, it makes a little bit more of a sauce. So that is why I like to mash these. You could also, and probably safer, cut these, like half or quarter these before you stick them into the oven. All right, and this is definitely what I want the pasta to look like. A little on like al dente, but like on the more like crunchier side of al dente because they're going to finish cooking up in that sauce. Like a splash of it to kind of have that starch And in it goes. Now you can use any sort of like short pasta like this because one, it'll cook easier, but it'll take all the cheese and all of the tomato goodness, and it'll really, what's the word I'm looking for? Like coat. It'll really coat it well. So I'm going to mix this all up, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven. I didn't say it's 350 degrees. So I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 10-ish minutes, 10-15 minutes, until it gets golden brown. Sometimes I add some breadcrumbs on top, sometimes I don't, just depending on what I have in the apartment. And here it is after 10 minutes. I did put a little panko on top, but I didn't like butter it or anything, so it just looks pale. But still going to be tasty, and underneath it all, it is still nice and creamy. It is delicious just by itself as a main course. I did put in some of that chicken that I had last night, and I cut up an apple. So this is my, what is today? Wednesday. This is my Wednesday night dinner. Dinner is a bit of a hodgepodge from a lot of different things. So from the freezer, some cabbage, onion, and kielbasa, the tomato feta bake from last night, and then I have some blueberries. Got some pizza, mushroom, and banana peppers, as well as some chopped up pickles. Dinner tonight is finishing off that feta and tomato pasta bake, some onion, some green onion bread, and a handful or two of blueberries. Sunday night dinner is some pasta and some sauce that I have from the freezer. And add it to this sauce. I put some frozen onions in as well. I couldn't think of what they were called. I'm also going to be adding in some shredded cheese, just to make it a little creamy. And I know that Colby Jack isn't traditionally something you would use in pasta sauce, but I'm just using what I have. And here it is. I also cooked up some more of that spring onion bread because I am obsessed. So yeah, today's goal is just comfort food for a Sunday night. Monday night's dinner, some roasted chicken, boiled potatoes, and a cucumber and tomato salad. Tonight is a sort of hot dog with kielbasa, some shredded cheese, and some bread that I made this afternoon, some oven fries, and 2 pickles. So I actually held off on Wednesday, like my normal Wednesday upload last week, because I wanted to film to the actual end of March, which was on a Friday. And of course, I totally forgot to film Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's meals. Wednesday, I had the pasta with, like the Colby Jack cheese and tomato sauce and that. I had frozen it the night that I ate it, and I just took it out, defrosted it, heated it up, and that was my Wednesday night dinner. Thursday was McDonald's. I had the very end of the pizza that I froze from like the beginning of the month. So all in all, have the receipts, did add it all up. During the 5 weeks of March, I did spend $205.17, which is like, that sounds like a lot considering I'm just one person eating. I feel like there's still food that I have like still in the freezer that I can eat going into April. So overall, I feel like I didn't do too bad in the month as far as like my food budget. I didn't really have a food budget set. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see a continuation of this series. In April, I do have some videos scheduled that were requested at the beginning of March where it's like, hey, how do you create your food plan? A solo eater recipe guide, that sort of thing. So I'm definitely going to do that. But yeah, let me know if you want this like what I ate in a week food vlog to continue. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you want to see all of the other weeks in March, I do have that playlist linked here for you.